I love Pokemon. And by loving, I mean I really love Pokemon. So I have really good childhood memories with Pokemon, so as a 3D artist, I decided to make an animation to represent my love to Pokemon. So what's my idea? My idea is to create an old dusty looking scene with some Pokeballs and an old and original Pokedex. So first I searched for some references of Pokeballs and Pokedex and put it into PureRef. PureRef is a desktop application where you can put your images in and create a mood board with images that you like and maybe some references that you need to create your models or your stuff that you want to model or create. It's like a mind map that you need to create your mood board in and get a lineup of images that you use to create your models. Then I started to create a first model in my program of choice, Blender. No, I'm a Cinema 4D artist, so I could also use Blender, but Cinema 4D is my program of choice. That's because I use this. But you can also follow the steps inside of Blender. I mean, all of the 3D programs are the same, so they work like the same, and I think you could also create this in Blender without any problem and follow the steps and use like the same methods. That's not a problem, and yeah, let's go on. So first I create my Pokeball, and this is simple to make. Just create a sphere and rotate it by 90 degrees. So the triangles at the top one are now on the side. Then set up your segments. After that, delete the circle in the middle and the polygons around the mesh. Then go to line mode, select all of the polygons around the mesh and align them until you like it. Then you need to make some fine tuning and move the points through your liking, and boom, you have the Pokeball ready. Almost. There are a few things missing. You go to the line mode and inner extrude the ball to your liking. After that, fill up the holes. You can also split the top and the bottom of the ball if you want to. It's important if you want to modify the ball later, if you want to open it or close it like in the anime or the movies. And voila, your ball is done. Now you need to create UVs for the model. The most painful job for a 3D artist, I guess. But it's not hard to do. You just need to set up your seams in the line mode. I decide to set up my seams where I have hard edges or where the geometry gets splitted, like extrusions or inner edges. And with a little bit of tweaking you get a decent UV. It's not hard, just play with it and it will work. Trust me. So now we do texturing. This is my favorite part. You can play with normal maps, bump maps or color maps or roughness imperfections, scratches, rust, fingerprints. I like it because you give the model a final touch. So you can decide. You can have a dusty ball, a rusty ball, or a completely clean and new looking ball. Okay, enough raving about texturing. Let's go into it. In Substance Designer you can analyze your model. So Substance Painter is analyzing your model about curvature, shadowing or hard edges. This information can be used later to make imperfections or rust or scratches on edges or different types of geometry. Then I mask out my geometry by using the polygon selection tool. That's a cool tool that I discovered a few months ago. I regret that I didn't use this earlier. It gives you the ability to select polygons or objects that have connected polygons. You can use this mask for your layers. That was a game changer for me. So I mask out my ball, try different masks and smart material options. These are options that Substance Painter give me to control my model or add some surface imperfections. So I tried some different material variations and I came up with this one. Okay, then I export my textures. For these textures I used the PBR Metallic Roughness preset and jumped back into Cinema 4D. Back in Cinema 4D I checked all my textures and it looks like it should be, so keep on. Now I'm creating the Pokedex. For the Pokedex I use normal geometric shapes. I deform them, bevel them, extrude them and bring them together. No magic, just geometric shapes. Important for me and the UVs is that I combine everything together that is similar to each other. So I have better control inside of Substance Painter. In Substance Painter I repeat the process from the Pokeball. I pick the geo info, mask out my shapes, then give them color, roughness, normal and bump imperfections. Then I export it again. Easy and quick. That's what I came up with. I was really satisfied about that, so I built my 3D scene. For the 3D scene I use a plane. On this plane I place my assets, set up an HDRI and some lights with light gobos. For the light gobos and the HDRI I use Grayscale Gorilla. Grayscale Gorilla is a paid asset library that I got for free in the Octane subscription in the Black Friday sale. I think $40 for an asset library like that is a little bit too much, so you could also use some assets from Lazytextures. I will also set up some HDRIs and light gobos soon, so check it out, the link is in the description. So back to the scene. After I set up my models and my lights, I take a wood texture, which I got from Lazytextures, and put it on the ground. You could also get this for free in CC0. Then I set up my camera animations. One wide angle shot and 2 close-ups. One close-up from the Pokeball and one close-up from the Pokedex. Then I set up my depth of field to get a nicer look. It's important for the close-ups to use more depth of field to get a better feeling of size and the feel of a close-up shot. Also, I always use the aperture aspect ratio of 2 instead of 1 because I want to have like an anamorphic look. That makes the camera look more realistic, and I like the cinematic look of the anamorphic camera. And voila, we get a nice looking animation with cool close-ups and depth of field, but something is missing. I want to have a more dusty looking render, so I decided to create some dust. For the dust I create some hair looking shapes and some spheres. After that I clone them on the object and create a diffuse material. For the diffuse material I create a random color node with 2 gradient textures in it. The first gradient texture goes into the diffuse channel and the second one into the transmission channel. For the gradient in the diffuse channel I use a 70% grayscale value to a 50% grayscale value. In the transmission channel I use a 75% grayscale value to a 100% grayscale value. Then I apply the material to the cloner, then I add some randomness to the cloner. Do some espresso to make a rig out of it. The link to the rig is also in the description, I got you. Then I apply this to every object and create some dust for the whole scene. Then I add another cloner with the grid cloning, add some animated randomness so it will move through the room. And voila, we got the final render. So then render it out with a stage object. In the stage object I set up my cameras to the right keyframes, set up some render light passes, wait a few hours to render it, and bring it all together in compositing. Here is the final render. So this was the final render. I hope you liked this video. I will do more videos like this in the future. I will also upload dedicated videos to specific topics. Please subscribe to this channel if you like that kind of videos. Check out Lazytextures to get CC0 textures, materials and HDRIs. You can also download the Pokemon model or the Pokeball and the Pokedex. I hope I see you again, and goodbye.